Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Public Creations here on YouTube.
Hey, if you've been keeping up with our videos lately, you know we've done care and morph videos on bull snakes, on king snakes, and this video here is going to be on milk snakes. Now, because it's almost Halloween, we want to show you some milk snakes that remind us of the Halloween season. We've got some that look like candy corn, we've got some that are orange and black, and we're going to keep in line with the Halloween season and show those to you. Now, also, if you've been watching our videos, you know that we have been trying to find a job for everyone's favorite off in the head inbred.
The Philbilly.
And we're going to try him in this video. We're going to give him a shot at customer service.
Yeah, because Lord knows nothing could be as scary as that.
So you guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Check this out. And also, thank you for making us almost 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And speaking of milk snakes, they are usually the last to breed and to produce eggs of all of our snakes every year. In fact, it is just a couple of days away from Halloween, and we still have a clutch of milk snake eggs that have not hatched yet. So you guys stay tuned to a future video. We'll show you what these are. Pretty interested to know what these are. These are some parents that we bred this year. They have some hidden genetics, so we're not exactly sure what we're going to get in this clutch of eggs. It's almost like Christmas time is coming at Halloween. We don't know what we're going to get until these guys pop their heads out, kind of like opening presents on Christmas morning. We'll find out soon enough, as they're already slightly starting to sink in. That lets us know that we should see little hatchling heads popping out of these eggs literally any day now. So when it comes to milk snakes, one of our favorite species of milk snakes are the Honduran milk snakes. And probably one of our favorite color morphs is the anatharistic or the anery milk snakes. Now, here at CBC, we actually produce two different color variations of the anery. We produce what we call our Oreo cookie line, which is this soft, high white line of anery. And then the hypermelanistic form of anery that you see in this animal right here. Now, this guy here aptly is named Oreo, and this girl is named Inky. These two here are both anatharistic or anery milk snakes, but you can see the differences in the two color patterns. This one being a high white anery, and this one right here being a more of a hypermelanistic, or a lot more melon color in the pattern. Both of these guys produce some tremendous looking babies. And this year we bred the two lines together because we wanted to see what the babies would look like when we cross these two lines. And we've got some pretty interesting babies to show you from that crossbreeding. So this right here is one of the babies that we produced by combining both the hypermelanistic anery with the Oreo cookie line. And this right here actually shows a little bit of both parents' influence. You see that the saddles have a really light color, and there's a little bit more melon than normal in the patterning right here. So we'll put this down where you can get a close-up shot of it and just kind of see. But most of the babies turned out to look exactly like this. Now, we're kind of interested to see if these babies were bred back together in future years, if we're going to produce both of the color morphs of the anery line in a single clutch of eggs. That's something yet to be determined. Now, here is a pair of the offspring from that group. You can see this one here looks more like the mother, the Inky. It's a little darker, whereas this one here has more of the lighter Oreo cookie type coloring. So we're pretty impressed that we've got these different colors. And once again, hopefully in the future we'll see how this breeds out. And we're going to outcross these offspring here so that we're not doing interbreeding, and hopefully come up with some interesting variations to the anathoristic line of Honduran milk snakes in the near future. So also with our anery Honduran milks, we also have a line we call our Jamocha line. And this line is actually interesting because of the aberrant patterning in this line of anery milk snakes. Now, we have not offered these for sale to the public before. This year we do have some of our Jamocha line available for sale. Here's an example here of some of those snakes that are available. All you have to do, if you're interested in one of these, contact us at coldbloodcreations@yahoo.com. In keeping with the aneries, one of the things that we like to do is to breed hypomelanism into our anery stock. Now, the trade name when you do that is called Ghost. Ghost is a combination of anethery or anathorism, anery, and hypomelanism, or a reduction. Now, you'll notice there's a great similarity between an anery and in the Ghost. Now, the Ghosts are a lighter in their coloring and patterning. Although the colors that are present are only black and white, the softening of the black caused by the hypomelanism creates a ghostly effect on the snake's patterning, and thus is why we call that a ghost. Now, in keeping with the spirit of Halloween, what would be Halloween if we didn't have a snake that was orange and black to signify the spookiest holiday of the year? This is our Halloween or pumpkin line of Honduran milk snakes. These guys actually remind me of the candy corn candy that's out this time of year. And they're a beautiful, beautiful pattern. The color of these animals is absolutely stunning. In fact, my girls named the mother of this snake Reese's because it reminds us of the orange coloring of a Reese's peanut butter cup. One of the other line of milk snakes that we work with here at Cold Blood Creations is the Nelson's milk. Now, without a doubt, Nelsons are some of the prettiest of all the milk snake subspecies of the Lampropeltis complex. The varieties that we work with here include the normals and the albinos. Here's an example of a normal tricolor. This is the snake that a lot of people get confused with the coral snake. There's an old saying, most of you are probably familiar with it: if red touches yellow, it can kill a fellow, but if red touches black, he's a friend of Jack or venom lax. You'll notice here on the non-venomous Nelson's milk snake that the yellow does not touch the red. But if this was a venomous snake, that would not be true. If it was venomous, the red would be touching the yellow bands. Now, speaking of the Nelson's milks, the albino variety of Nelson milks are among the most pretty tricolors in existence. And we have produced a very limited number of those this year. We probably will not be selling a lot of these. So if you want one, it's going to be strictly on a first come, first served basis. Now, the final subspecies of milk snakes that we work with here at Cold Blood Creations used to be really, really common in the pet trade. In fact, until the ball python market just exploded, you couldn't hardly go to a reptile expo without seeing this next milk snake. They were so very common and so dominant in the reptile pet trade. It's the Tenderloin milk snake. Now, unfortunately, you don't see these very often. There's not, that I'm aware of, a lot of people working with these, but because they are one of the staple pet snakes of the pet trade, and they're outrightly beautiful, we decided that we wanted to work with some Tenderloins. Now, we're also looking, if you're a breeder of Tenderloin milk snakes and you produce offspring, contact us. We're looking to add some additional animals to our bloodline. And if you have some offspring, please call us, let us know, email us at coldbloodcreations@yahoo.com, and let us know that you are producing Tenderloin milk snakes, and get in contact with us and make us aware of that. So we said we were going to show you this in a future video, but as we were editing this video, we noticed they're starting to slit. Now, we're not a big fan of the slitting the eggs ourselves and pulling the snakes out of their eggs. We believe that nature itself will take care of itself in due time. We're not going to pull these out to see what they are, but they are coming out, and as we're editing this video, if these animals do come out of the egg, we will certainly show it to you. But so far we've got 2 slits, 2 eggs that are slit, so we're pretty anxious, pretty excited to see what might come out of these eggs here. Now I want to show you guys a little something extra. We actually had a request from a viewer that said we would like to know how to tell a male from a female. So we're going to show you in just a moment a couple of ways you can tell whether or not your snake is a male or a female. So when it comes to sexing snakes, one way you could tell the male from a female is to look at the snakes from the vent to the tip of the tail. Now the one I'm holding here is a male. You'll notice how long the tail is. It's much longer than the female here on the left. Also, you'll notice here on the female's tail, move your finger just a second, Anna. Right here from the vent, it tapers really, really quick. On the male though, you notice how it stays thick for quite some way and then it tapers down. So if you can compare them side by side, the males have a long, thick tail from the vent down to the tip. Females have a short tail that tapers pretty quickly down to the tip. That's one way to tell if it's a male or a female. Now the tail method, comparing the tail, is one method of sexing snakes. It's probably not the most accurate. Another way to do it is by using a set of sexing probes. Now that's what these right here are. These are 2 different sets of sexing probes, and basically when you spend money on sexing probes, you want to spend some money, get a nice set. The better sets will have little balls on the tip like this so that when it's inserted into the cloaca, it doesn't damage the snakes. You don't ever want to just jam this up in there. You want to go in really smooth and soft. Also, the use of some sort of lubricant like mineral oil is highly recommended whenever you're sexing these. So I'm going to demonstrate the probing of a female milk snake. And I'm going to show you the difference between a male and a female when it comes to being probed. So the first thing we want to do is take a little bit of our mineral oil here. We're going to just pour some into the cap. I'm going to select one of our sexing probes. In this case, I'm going to use a small one like this. We want to go ahead and get a little lubrication on here. So what you want to do is to take your probe, once it's well lubricated, and go right into the cloaca right here. And you'll notice when we insert the probe, it barely enters the cloaca at all. And I'm not shoving hard, we're just barely inserting it. It's going in to right there, and that's it. Not very far at all. Next, we'll demonstrate probing a male, and I'll show you how you can tell. Now, the male snakes will probe usually to a much greater length, whereas the female only went in about that far. The males will go in much further. The reason for that is because the penises, and yes, they are 2, on a male snake are hidden up in the base of the tail. There is a hollow pocket that allows for the penis to retract when they're not using it for mating. Now that hollow pocket is what this probe's going to go up in, and if the probe is able to go up into that pocket, then you know it's a male and not a female. So we're going to put a little more lube on here. Now we're going to demonstrate a male. Again, we're going right into the cloaca, and boom, you could see the probe sliding all the way up that far. Yes, that is in fact a male. We probably could have slid it a little further if we want to. We don't want to take a chance on damaging the snake. So remember, if it probes to a pretty good depth, it's a male. If it only slightly enters and you'll feel a slight bump, then it's a female. And that's the way you tell, by using probes. Another way to tell males from females, and probably one of the most to me, difficult to learn. This procedure here was a little difficult for me, simply because I was worried about damaging the snake, but it's called popping. And basically what you're trying to do is to pop out the penis of a male snake. And basically it works something like this. Now this is a female. I'm going to demonstrate first on this female. We want to double check her because she is actually sold to a customer. We're going to be shipping this animal out tomorrow. But what we want to do is double check to make sure that he is getting the female that he ordered. So basically we're going to turn her over like this. We're going to put our thumb just on this side of the vent. Here's the vent here. We're putting our thumb here. And then you want to come out on the tail and just roll the tail up like so. Now you notice here, only thing coming out is a scent gland and a little bit of the stuff that they will scent you with. And of course this is a female. Now if it were a male, a couple of things. Number one, the tail would be thicker here like we showed you earlier. The other thing is that you would be able to see the hemipenes. Now anytime you're popping snakes to sex in this manner, it's very important that you're very gentle. Also something that's important is that you have some paper towels nearby, because I can almost assure you you're going to need them to wipe off any poo or whatever that gets on you. So next we're going to demonstrate a male. So here we've got this little bull snake. Now we know this is a male, but we're going to pop him and just show you what it looks like. If you find his, we're going to call it bunghole, and put your thumb right here, put a little pressure there, and then boom, right there you can see the penises pop out on both sides. And I hope the camera's picking that up pretty well. But that's what a male is going to look like. Now as soon as we relieve the pressure, he will allow him to go back up into the base of the tail. But that's what it looks like when you're popping a male. So guys, check it out. We come out here this morning and it looks like we have a hypo Honduran, or a hypo Halloween Honduran, the orange and black, and keeping with the holiday season. And looks like we got another one about to come out of the egg. So anyway, that's what we got in this clutch so far. If there's anything different, we'll show you that in an upcoming video. Once again, I want to thank you guys for watching. All right, Phil Billy. So this is the deal. We've tried to find a place to put you, and obviously we cannot let you clean cages because you're scared of baby snakes.
Baby snakes, my butt, them demon possessed wiggle noodles.
Well, be that as it may, we tried you in our shipping department, but you can't ship snakes in manila envelopes.
It ain't my fault. You didn't order enough shipping boxes.
So Phil Billy, I think today we're going to try you in another area. We're going to give you a shot at customer service.
Customer what?
Customer service. I think, look, Phil Billy likes to talk. He likes to talk to people. He's certainly not bashful. Let's give him a shot at customer service.
Dad, if we let him work for customer service, we're going to end up losing all of our customers.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Take that, Missy.
You can't keep shipping, Phil Billy. Ain't nothing.
Cold Blood Creations. Yeah, man. Hey, like, are y'all the people that I talked to at the Repticon show, man? How in the devil do I know who you saw at the Repticon? I was talking about buying a snake and stuff. Well, again, what snake you want to buy? You gotta hurry up and make it quick, because I'm in the process of trying to fold up some shipping boxes here. Maybe you can like make a recommendation and stuff. Help a brother out, man. I recommend you don't get a bull snake as a demon-possessed evil little beast. Oh, you know, man, like, we're all God's creatures and stuff, man. I just want something that's into like peace and love and something that don't bite, man. I got a couple in the freezer, they don't bite. Hey, look here, man. Like, I ain't got no money right now, but
Alright, look here, hippie skip. Why don't you just wait till the first of the month when your disability check comes in? Try not to spend it all on the self-medicating herbal remedies and call back when you actually got some money and stop wasting my time!
Billy, who was that you were talking to on the telephone?
It was just a telemarketer.
So guys, we appreciate you watching this video. We hope we've shared a little something with you about the various color and pattern morphs that we produce here at Cold Blood Creations in our milk snake colony.
And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Thanks.